The Albanese government's significant shortcomings in managing Australia's immigration policies have been laid bare despite its pledge to reduce the influx of new arrivals. Contrary to the government's commitments, immigration rates are projected to rise beyond earlier expectations, raising doubts about its ability to curb population growth effectively. The Treasury's mid-year economic and fiscal outlook has revealed that 340,000 migrants are expected to arrive in Australia during 2024-25, a notable increase from the 260,000 projected for the current financial year in the May budget. This surge comes amid a severe housing crisis, further intensifying concerns about the government's handling of population growth. Treasurer Jim Chalmers attributed the higher-than-expected immigration numbers to a lower-than-anticipated rate of permanent departures. While the number of arrivals aligned with Treasury predictions, the slower pace of departures has resulted in a net increase in population growth. In the year leading up to October, 448,190 migrants arrived in Australia on a permanent and long-term basis. After accounting for departures, this figure approaches the record-high intake of 548,800 recorded in the year ending September 2023, surpassing the forecasted 445,000 for 2023-24. The May budget estimated 395,000 arrivals for the year ending June but underestimated the numbers by 50,600, equivalent to the population of Port Macquarie on New South Wales' mid-north coast. The updated budget projections for 2025-26 indicate 255,000 new arrivals, surpassing levels seen during the mining boom of 2007. However, Treasury expects net overseas migration to slow down over the next 3 years, predicting 225,000 arrivals annually in 2026-27 and 2027-28. Australia's population now stands at 27.2 million, just 6 years after surpassing the 25 million mark. This rapid growth is attributed to immigration, with Treasury's past forecasts consistently underestimating the impact of migration. Notably, the 2002 intergenerational report projected that Australia would not reach 25 million until 2042. The surge in international students and migrants into cities like Sydney is exacerbating rental pressures, driving many residents to leave for more affordable areas like southeast Queensland. This migration is further inflating housing prices in those regions. Shane Oliver, chief economist at AMP, highlighted that the unexpected rise in immigration for 2024-25 would hinder Australia's ability to meet its housing targets. The government aims to build 1.2 million homes over 5 years, but dwelling completions remain significantly below the annual target of 240,000, worsening the housing shortage. On the legislative front, the Albanese government has secured a deal with a coalition to pass 3 contentious migration bills. These bills grant the government new powers, including paying other countries to accept non-citizens, imposing penalties on those who refuse deportation, and enhancing search powers in detention centres. Shadow Ministers James Paterson and Dan Tehan announced the agreement, claiming the coalition had effectively taken over the management of Australia's immigration system due to Labor's perceived failure. The bills also empower the government to ban visa applications from countries that refuse to accept deported individuals. Critics, including the Greens, have strongly opposed these measures, labeling them overly harsh and discriminatory. Greens immigration spokesperson David Shoebridge accused the government of aligning with the coalition to implement some of the most extreme migration policies since the White Australia policy. Human rights groups have raised concerns about the lack of protections in these laws. The legislation could potentially send refugees back to countries where their safety or rights are at risk. Karina Ford, CEO of the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre, criticized the bill for reintroducing ankle bracelets and curfews, describing these measures as an attack on basic rights. Despite these controversies, the government insists that it remains committed to managing immigration systematically and thoughtfully, aiming to bring net overseas migration back to more normal levels. That's all for today's report on Aussie Pulse. Thanks for watching, and if you found this update insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more news and updates on what matters most to Australia. Until next time, take care.